Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Zachthefisherman. We are doing a little recap video of this ice season to see what I've done, the fish I've caught. Honestly, it was kind of a bad year for me. I had a lot going on. Take care of your mental health, it's important. Let's just quickly go over first trip of the year. The first trip I took, I got a little stuck. Just gotta get out of here. I am not the brightest tool in the shop. So I headed down over to another lake. Plan A was not the plan. This is unfortunate. Lake 2 also was not it, so I headed off to a different lake. Oh, beautiful. Yikes. This. And ended up heading into Saskatchewan to go find safe ice, because the ice was just too thin. But after an encouraging phone call from Justin. Oh, Justin the Minnow Slayer. Let's see what he has to say. He convinced me to full send or no send, buddy. So I strapped up with all my camera gear, had my silly little camera on my head, had my drone up in the air. Are we ready for this? I feel like this is really stupid. And then the myth, the legend, the guy with the snowplow showed up to my rescue. I can't believe I've never gotten that lucky in my life. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're fishing today, boys. But I wasn't really that lucky. Oh my. The ice was a little thin. I was still gonna try and get out onto the ice. I'm so stupid. And then this happened. Well, we're floating. I broke through. At least I was in my sled and didn't really get wet. Actually, on those sleds it says don't use as a boat. I think in this situation, it saved me from getting wet. It deserved to be a boat for 45 minutes while I got out. And that was my first trip of the year. I waited a whole week until I went on the first ice and I got a little bit ambitious, rambunctious, if you will. I showed up early. Hopefully, fingers crossed that there's enough ice on here. Ice picks just in case. Gotta wait. The sun's not up for like another hour and 15 minutes. Maybe 45 minutes to have a little bit of light. But I got out there and I set up my brand new tent. Thing came in clutch this year. I loved it. First trip, I kind of just drilled a hole and hoped the fish would come to me. I never really looked for them at all. Don't know why I did that, but I did do a sight hole, and I hooked in my first fish of the trip. I think at this point I hadn't caught a fish in 94 days because I was busy working in a duck camp. What is it? Oh, it's a big rainbow, big rainbow, big rainbow, big rainbow. Big rainbow, big rainbow, big rainbow. It wasn't that big of a rainbow. That is a beautiful fish. I haven't caught a fish in so long. That felt so good. I wanted to go take another picture with that fish, but it kind of just flopped in the hole. Damn it. Okay, well, he's gone. Got away on me, but that's okay. Deserves to be in the water anyway. It's been a while. It's been a long time, actually. If I remember correctly, it kind of like a switch, the fish started biting, and I caught another fish right away, right off the bat. Got one, got one, got one. On the dead stick. What is it? Oh, it's a tiger this time. It was a decent tiger. Beautiful fish. It was okay. Send this guy back home. And I had an absolute monster come into my sight hole. Did you see that? What the hell? And it was aggressive. Oh my goodness. He's gone. But I suck at fishing, so I lost him. I didn't see any fish after that. It was pretty slow. Oh, an hour later, maybe 2 hours, I don't know. I don't really have timestamps on these videos. We had another decent fish come in. Got him. Got him. He's coming right up the hole. Looked like a nicer rainbow than the first for sure. Going right up the hole. Once again, I suck at fishing. But I gotta say, I mostly do suck at stock trout fishing. They're pretty smart, and that sums up my first trip. That I actually got out on the lake and went fishing and caught some fish. Let's move on to number 3. It was awful. Hey, God, this wind. That basically sums up the trip. I was trying to get redemption on this lake back after I lost those big fish. I went to the same lake to go see if I can catch the big fish, but wind. I was planning to camp out too, but then this happened. I bring my food. Oh dear. Not in the trunk either. Brought a pan. Ow, my foot. There's no way. No. I double checked. I brought a bottle of Frank's Red Hot Sauce, but I didn't bring my food. What a waste of gas. Well, I won't be fishing for a while. And I was complaining about gas prices. Gas was cheap back then. Silly me. At this point I got a little bit down. I was a little sad and depressed. Very discouraging. Like, I'm not just saying I was depressed like, oh my god, I was actually depressed. So take care of your mental health. My little mental health trip, but it didn't really work out. I went for a hike instead. It all worked out. That was my third trip of the year. Super crazy, uneventful. But about 12 days later, I headed out for some stocked walleye fishing. What happened to my shirt? Anyways, before I get too far, I never do this. Probably should. Leave a like on this video. Subscribe. Be appreciated. You're not subscribed already. I don't like asking that, but yeah. Anyways, remember on this particular trip, my auger blades were absolute shit. I could not get through the ice whatsoever. Well, I could. Just trying to get through. I spent all morning. I drilled a few holes. I think it took me a couple hours to actually catch a fish. And when I did, I caught a couple. Going. Finally. Man. That took forever. And it just took me going to the OG hole. That walleye. Cookie cutter, they're all going to be that size. And then I caught another. The dinner bell. I was kind of a frostbite fanboy this winter. I bought a lot of frostbite gear. A lot of my duck camp paycheck went there. It's worth it. I caught a few fish on them. Dinner bells work great. Tantrums work great. I love my frostbite rods. No doubt they are absolutely amazing. It's probably because I spent a little bit extra money to actually get a nice rod. Speaking of duck camp money, I bought myself a drone. I think it added a lot to my videos. I don't know. I like the drone footage. This ice was absolutely so clear. It was like black ice. Here's some drone footage. After my lunch break, it was a kind of a cold day that day. I think it was like minus 20 degrees Celsius. No big deal, bing, bang, boom. But I got a little chilly, so I set up the tent. And I got to fishing. Hit it once. Yes! Yes! You know, walleye. That picture that I kind of just stopped there and slowed down, that's a picture I sent to my now girlfriend. Send fish pics, not those other kind of pics. Tinder girls. Oh yeah, and I caught a keeper walleye. 46 centimeters. Then cookie cutter after cookie cutter. I never caught anything besides that one fish over 45 centimeters. Cookie cutters all day long. Last time. Are you gonna flare? No? Cookie cutter central. Yeah, dude. It's not an impressive lake, but you can catch numbers there. It's a fun lake to go to. I mean, I did do a challenge video there where I could see how many fish I could catch an hour. I think I caught 31. It's pretty damn good. Great for kids. That was the fourth fishing trip. Technically, there's fishing trips between this where I didn't catch fish that I didn't upload because nobody wants to see someone not catch fish unless they fall through the ice or they go to Saskatchewan or they just go crazy. I don't know. My next trip. What was my next trip? Jimmy here. Good old Jimmy the fisherman. You gotta dress to impress. Jimmy's sure a character. The fishing just sucked today. I actually filmed that video back, wow. It was before I went to college. I think it was like 5-6 years ago. I kept it. I didn't want to ever upload it. I thought it was too cringy, but you know what? Just full send or no send. Jimmy the fisherman. Wasn't really a trip, but here's the next trip. We are tip-up fishing. We have a special guest. She's currently behind the camera. Been a really slow morning. First trip with the girlfriend, Paige. I got the first flag to show her how to bring it in, and because she's never used a tip-up before.
Oh, bummer.
You got the first tip-up of the day.
Is it turning? Oh, it's turning. There's a fish on there. One. It's on there. Doing a little run. It's all wrapped. Come up the hole, buddy. Here we go. First fish of the day. Nice corn in the mouth. Barbless. Little pike. Send him right back home.
Ironically, that was probably one of the biggest pike of the year for me. I didn't have a very good year. Like, I caught a few off camera when we went to Zachthefisherman and such. Didn't film those trips. Don't get mad. Sometimes it's just nice to fish without a camera in your face. Taking care of that mental health. Just enjoying life. Then Paige got the jawjacker. Jawjacker went off. She ran out. She actually got it. She has good luck with the jawjacker. I, on the other hand, do not. I always lose fish. It sucks. And I kind of suck at filming other people. I'm good at filming me, but apparently I don't know how to point a camera at someone else.
Oh, it's a little pike. Nice.
Couple false flags after that. Overall, it was a very uneventful trip. I think we went ice camping next.
We are targeting burbot tonight.
That didn't really happen. This happened instead.
Got it. Nice, finally. Gee, that didn't take too long. We're gonna set up. It's a pike. First fish of the trip.
Yeah, it didn't really go over that well. Did not catch a single burbot. Had the jawjackers in overnight too. Just a slow burbot night, I guess. I don't know. And then my next trip, I headed out.
I was fishing with my buddy Jazz. Caught a decent pike. On the rattle bait, of course. Fire tiger.
We caught a pike early in the morning. I fished with him for a bit, didn't film anything. Then later in that afternoon for the prime time bite, I targeted walleyes.
Come and eat, man. You got this time. Yes. Finally. Slow, 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 slow. Oh, it's a walleye.
It was such a tough day. I downsized my bait to a tiny tantrum, and this walleye absolutely hammered it.
Look where that bait is. It's gone. Prime time starting, maybe. Oh.
Prime time did not start. That was the only walleye I caught that afternoon. I caught that pike in the morning and that walleye, and that was it. I even slept in my truck overnight for that fish. But if there is something about me, I am a energy drink connoisseur. They're so bad for you, but I love them.
I like this energy drink. It's new. I'm a big energy drink kind of guy. I'm never gonna get it again.
Wasn't great, but it kept me alive. And after that trip, I kind of went on a little bit of a hiatus. I booked a trip with my friends. We went to Florida. We went on a cruise, but we had an extra day in Florida, so I decided to go bass fishing. And I caught a fish on a
bamboo rum cork.
They went to Disney World, and I went fishing. I like fishing, and I don't like crowds.
Look at all those nerds going to Disney World. Fishing is better.
Admittedly, was afraid of all the alligator signs and the possibility of running into an alligator.
Do not approach do not approach wildlife. Do not feed or entice wildlife. Am I enticing?
I ventured around. I did get kicked out of the Marriott. Nobody believes me. When I uploaded my video, I got copyright strikes because there was music playing in the background when I was talking to the guy in the cart. Oh well. It's also disrespectful when I was trespassing on property to try and catch a fish, so don't be like me. I think it took me like 8 hours to finally hook into a fish. And that fish dove directly into some lily pads.
Look at that. Largemouth bass. There was another bass there and I just spooked him off.
It was like prime time for largemouth bass. After that fish, I had one chase after my hook.
Oh. There was something going after it.
And then one blew up on it, but I missed it and the hook went flying behind me.
Ah, I missed one.
And then R.I.P. bamboo rum cork. I cast it into a tree. So then after I got back home, I was back on the ice right away. The target species was perch, but I had thought I maybe found a pattern with the pike because, well, this happened.
Like, look at this. They're gonna come hit. Got it. Got it.
And just back to back like that.
Okay, here we go. Here comes another one. Hey man, you got a little bit sharper teeth than your brother there. You gotta open up your mouth.
Then I did get onto the perch.
Giant school of them. Oh my gosh. Guys, I did it. I caught a perch. This is the biggest perch I ever caught. Oh my gosh.
I'm basically a god. Look at that guy. He is an absolute hog. Maybe a future one. After that, I got dialed in and I caught a bunch of them. Another keeper. That's the biggest one of the day. I can go back. He's a little small. He's a little bit bigger. You can go back. Nice, beautiful perch. I thought I maybe caught the truth. It's just an absolute hog. That's big. Imagine catching a perch that big. Right size, wrong species. And I ended my day off with getting a hook in my hand. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow. There's the fish. Last video, I'm not going to show you any clips from this one, except for this one right here. Well, she won. And that bruised my ego. So, she's taking over my YouTube channel. That was my April Fool's joke that my girlfriend was taking over my channel. I don't think a lot of you guys got to the end, but ironically, this is also the end of the video. So if you got this far, thank you for pushing the algorithm. In this video, I talked about mental health a little bit. I have seasonal depression. I shouldn't laugh at that, but I do. SAD. Basically, I like the sun, and the sun makes me happy. But when it gets dark in the middle of winter, I hate it. Clayton Schick says, get outside, and it's good for you. So, I don't want to steal his quote, but get outside. And thank you for liking this video, and thank you for subscribing to this video. That was my 2021-2022 ice fishing season. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for coming along. I'll see you guys on the open water.